Something is definitely going on behind the scenes at Newcastle United, something that hasn't been fully revealed yet, but it's already making fans feel uneasy. And no, it's not just because of the club's quiet transfer window. There's this growing sense that something major is being prepared, a move that doesn't just involve big money, but a player who's willing to do whatever it takes to wear the black and white shirt, even if that means breaking protocols or going against orders from his current club. Now listen, if you've been following this channel for a while, you already know, when we bring a story like this, it's because it's serious. And before we dive into all the juicy details, and there's a lot to unpack, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps our work, and ensures we keep bringing you exclusive updates from behind the scenes at St. James Park and across the Premier League. It's free, and you won't miss a thing. The atmosphere is tense. While Magpies fans were expecting a summer packed with major signings, the reality has tested everyone's patience. So far, Anthony Elanga has been the only addition to the first team. Meanwhile, several key targets have slipped through the club's fingers, and the frustration isn't just among the fans internally. Eddie Howe and his staff are clearly dissatisfied with how things are progressing. To make matters worse, a new issue has emerged, and it involves none other than Alexander Isak. According to reports from the British press, Liverpool have made a serious push for the Swedish striker, and it stirred Isak's interest in making a move. The news hit the club like a bombshell. Now, on top of needing reinforcements, Newcastle are faced with the real threat of losing their star forward. But hold on, because this leads us straight to the most delicate part of the story. This is where a completely unexpected name comes into play. According to exclusive information released by Ben Jacobs, Newcastle have turned their attention to Brentford forward Yoane Wissa, a key figure in the Premier League. Wissa was the subject of a bid worth over £25 million. Initially, there was optimism within St. James Park that a deal could be done for around £35 million, but Brentford stood firm. The West London club made it clear they won't let the Dr. Congo international leave for anything less than £50 million. And from there, things only got messier. Wissa, described as an extraordinary player, was furious with Brentford's stance. He believes the club broke a promise made to him last summer. Sources close to the player claim there was a verbal agreement that he could leave if a £26 million offer arrived. With Brentford backtracking, Wissa decided to take action, refusing to train and walking out of the club's preseason camp in Portugal. By the way, if you're still with us, have you liked the video yet? This kind of coverage takes serious research, time, and effort. So if you want to support the channel and stay updated with everything happening at Newcastle, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every single subscriber helps us grow and keep bringing you proper content. Back to the story, Wissa hasn't hidden his desire to play in the Champions League. At 29, he sees this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and he doesn't intend to let it pass. This directly affects Newcastle's transfer strategy, as the club now sees Wissa as a viable and possibly more accessible replacement should Isak actually leave. Sources confirm the player has formally told Brentford he wants out immediately. Another key detail here is Wissa's contract. He's got just 12 months left on his current deal with Brentford. There is technically a one-year extension clause, but that doesn't stop a transfer from happening now, especially with the player pushing and the real risk of him losing value if the club keeps him against his will. According to Ben Jacobs, a journalist with strong links in English football, Brentford remained firm on their valuation. But within Newcastle, there's a belief that the public pressure, Wissa's position, and his expiring contract might force the club to give in over the coming weeks. Talks haven't broken down. In fact, there's growing expectation that negotiations could resume soon, and Newcastle are reportedly preparing to improve their offer. What stands out in all this is how much really goes on behind the scenes. On the surface, everything seems calm, but internally, the board are holding constant meetings, analyzing contract clauses, exploring options, and trying to make a deal that solves two big issues at once: replacing Isak if needed, and seizing the chance to sign a player already in conflict with his club. If you're a regular here, you already know, these behind-the-scenes updates don't show up in the headlines. That's why your subscription is so important. The more subscribers we have, the more access we get, and the more we can keep digging and reporting with credibility. So if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. It's free and it really makes a difference. From a tactical standpoint, Wissa is the kind of player who brings not just pace and energy, but also versatility. At Brentford, he's been used both as a winger and a central forward. That's exactly the profile Newcastle's coaching staff are looking for. And let's be honest, his name has been on the club's radar for a while now. It's worth mentioning that the club's current recruitment policy is focused on physical and tactical profiles suited for the Premier League. Newcastle are no longer throwing money around for names or marketing value. The aim is to build a competitive squad with flexible options for different match scenarios, and Wissa fits that plan perfectly. The question now is whether the board can break Brentford's resistance and get the deal over the line. Meanwhile, time keeps ticking. The transfer window is closing in fast, and Newcastle can't afford to make the wrong moves. Every signing or lack of it could shape the outcome of the season. And in that context, players like Wissa become even more significant. because they offer immediate impact and strategic value, especially with the uncertainty surrounding Isak. Right now, the mood at St. James Park is one of full alert. The board is well aware of the fans' frustration and the urgent need for reinforcements. And while official statements remain quiet, the information we've gathered points to a crucial week ahead in the Wissa saga. More meetings are expected, potential tweaks to the offer, and most importantly, a final decision from Brentford on whether to sell the player. And if you've made it this far with us, here's your final reminder. Subscribe to the channel now, because things could explode at any moment. And when they do, we'll be right here to bring you the full story. No fluff, no filler, just real information with proper research and care for the fans. Let's keep following every twist and turn in this story, together. Stay tuned.